Hello, everyone. In this session, we'll be discussing about the description of a set. Description of a set. So what does it mean by description of a set? We can describe a set in two forms, naming. The first one is tabular form. And the second one is set builder form. In the previous session, we were working on how to represent a set, and we understand that we write all the elements comma separated and then we keep them in a curl bracket. That's the representation of a set, and which is generally a tabular form. And now in set builder form, what we do is we'll come up with a mathematical expression which gives all the necessary elements for the set. So we'll try to understand by just taking an example here. Let's say set of first 5 multiples of 3. So it is a statement now. It is not a set form. It's just a statement. We can say that it is a statement form, right? It is a statement form. And now we'll just try to represent this in tabular form, which we are already aware of. So how do we do this? First, take the collection of elements here, set of first 5 multiples of 3. So 3 1s, 3 2s, 3 3s, 3 4s, and 3 5s. So these are the first 5 multiples of 3. And then comma separated. And then we're going to keep them in a curl bracket. This is what set representation, and we call this tabular form. There is another name for tabular form, which is roster form, but I'm going to use this terminology the entire video. So these are the elements. So when we when we present all the elements in the set and we keep them in a curl bracket, then we call it tabular form. Then what is set builder form? We really don't write these elements. So what we do here is we'll come up with an expression. So multiples of 3 can be written as 3 into n. All right. So multiples of 3 can be written as 3 into n. So if the value of n is 1, then the output is 3. If the value of n is 2, then the output is 6. If the value of n is 3, then the output is 9. If the value of n is 4, then output is 12. If the value of n is 5, then the output is 15. If value of n is 6, then it will be 18. It's keep going. But in this case, we just need 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, the first 5. So we have to put some restrictions for this n. So how do we do that? We say that we need 3n and the n should be less than or equal to 5. And the n belongs to natural numbers. All right. So why we have to mention these natural numbers here? If you do not mention natural numbers, it may take the rational part also. For example, it can take n value as something 1.5 or 2.5. If you take 1.5, that will not be there in this set, right? It will not be there in 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So we cannot take rational numbers here. We just have to take only natural numbers. So I'm saying n belongs to natural numbers and not all natural numbers, the first 5. So this is how we represent this. And then coming back to the equation 3n. And this generates all the values 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. And now I'll equate it to some variable x. And the output is collected by x. And then we'll keep them in a curl bracket. That's it. This is set builder form. All right. When we have tabular form, why do we need set builder form? If that is the question, just try to understand in set builder form. With a simple expression, just by keeping some range in domains here, we can actually describe entire elements. So if there is a set which has infinitely many elements, then we don't need to represent all the elements. Sometimes we don't really find the pattern in the elements unless you present 10, 15 elements. So At that time, we don't prefer tabular form. It will be lengthy. So many elements present in that. All right. So it's a simple expression. This tells the entire solutions or entire elements in the set. So it is that easy. Now, we'll just try to do some questions based on this. I'm going to give 5 questions here. So we'll be working on those 5 questions and we'll just try to understand this concept in a better way. And then we'll be doing an exercise here. All right. So yes. The first question here, the set of first 10 even natural numbers. So what are the first 10 even natural numbers in tabular form? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. So these are the elements, comma separated, and we keep them in a curly bracket. And this is tabular form. Now we'll write this in set builder form. So what do you think the expression that we can form in, to make the set builder form here? If you see all these elements are multiples of 2. So can we keep 2n? Yes, 2n says that multiples of 2. And we have to put some domain value here for n. So what we can take values of n here. So if you take n as 1, you're going to get 2. If n is 2, then 4. If n is 3, then 6. If n is 10, then the last element 20, right? So multiples of 2. So first 10 multiples of 2 that we are taking here. Agree? So we have to put some restrictions on this. So n should be less than or is equal to 10 and n belongs to natural numbers. Agree? So here the expression is x is equal to 2n and n is less than or equal to 10, and that less than or equal to 10, the n will be from natural numbers, right? So x is taking all the 2n values, and now we have to display the values of x. That's it. So x such that x is equal to 2n and n less than or equal to 10 and n belongs to natural numbers. That's it. This is what set builder form. Clear? Now, another example. Set of all even natural numbers. All right. So what is the difference between the previous question and this question? In the previous question, here we are saying the first 10 even natural numbers. But in question number 2, they are saying all even natural numbers. So infinitely many elements in the set. So how do we write this? These are the elements: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and keep going. There is no restriction. In the previous question, the last element was 20, but here, no, it's infinitely many. The last element is an unknown, right? So this is the tabular form here. So how do we represent this tabular form in set builder form? The same thing. So the expression is simple: 2n multiples of 2, and this n belongs to natural numbers. But in the previous question, we kept n less than or equal to 10 because we need the last element here. Like there is an end. It is finite, so there is an end, and we wanted to take maximum 10 natural numbers, which is 10th one is 20, the element. So in this case, there is no last one. It's keep going. So we don't need to present this information in the second question. All right. We just have to keep n belongs to natural numbers, and the outputs are collected by x, and we're going to display this x. So x such that x is equal to 2n and n belongs to natural numbers. This is what set builder form. All right. Now the third question, set of all odd natural numbers. So this one is also an infinite set. So what are all odd natural numbers? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and let's keep going. So infinitely many here. So how do we represent this as an equation? If it is an even number, it is 2n. But if it's an odd number, an even number plus 1. All right. So it is 2n plus 1. We can write that as. And now we have to keep restrictions for this n. So what this n belongs to? Natural numbers, integers, whole numbers, what? If you start from natural numbers, what happens? The first natural number is 1. So we'll replace n with 1. So 2 into 1 plus 1, that gives 3. So the first value is 3, but we are missing 1. We need 1, the first element, right? So in the place of n, we need to substitute 0. Then only we're going to get 1. If it is 1, then it is 3. If in the place of n, if it is 2, then it is 5. Yes. So we have to start taking n values from 0, which means n belongs to whole numbers. All right. And there is no further restrictions here for n because it's infinitely many. You can take all whole numbers, like the possible whole numbers that we take for n, and then we substitute in the place of n in the equation 2n plus 1. And then we get x values and we will display those x values, right? So x such that x is equal to 2n plus 1 and n belongs to whole numbers. The first one is the tabular form. And the second one is the set builder form. All right. Now, next question. Right. So describe, they have given a set which is already in tabular form. Agree? Elements are there and comma separated in a curly bracket. Yes, it is already in tabular form and we have to write this set in set builder form. So yes, how are we going to do this now? So we have to understand the pattern here. So what is the pattern here? If you see the numerators, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's keep going 5, 6, 7, and so on. So the numerators are simply the natural numbers. So let's say the numerator value is n. Now, how the denominator is related to the numerator? The first fraction, if you see, the denominator is 1 greater than the numerator. In the second one also, the denominator is 1 greater than the numerator. And it's going on, right? So can we write, if the numerator is n, can we write the denominator as n plus 1? Right? Yes, that's it. So this is the format now. And you equate it to x, and x will collect all the materials and it will display. Now, any restrictions for n, or else this n value is from what set, what number system? Okay, I mean, is this from natural numbers or is this from whole numbers? What we have to take. So the first n value is 1. So that's from natural numbers. So we can simply keep n belongs to natural numbers. That's it. So here we can understand one thing. When we write the set, we write it from left-hand side to right-hand side. But if there is a roster form here, just try to understand from right-hand side to left-hand side. Yes. So if you see first, n from natural numbers, and then substitute here. So you're going to get n value as 1 in the numerator, and in the denominator is 2. If n is 2 in the numerator, denominator is 3. If n is 3 in the numerator, denominator is 4. And it's keep going on. And then keep these values in x and display this x. All right. So when we compose this, we go from left hand to right hand. When we read it, we see this and we try to understand this from right hand side to left hand side. Agree? Yes. So we'll do another one, fifth one. Yes. So describe, and there is a set here which is given in set builder form, and we have to form this in tabular. So how are we going to do this? What is the idea here? It's given that x belongs to integers. So generally, what are integers? These are positive integers, and then 0. And then negative integers, which are -1, -2, -3, -4, and so on. So these are integers. Now we have to take this value x, which is in between these two and belongs to the integers. So just try to understand what is -7/2, which is -3.5. So less than x less than 7/2, which is 3.5. If you see this -3.5, which is in between -3 and -4. and this 3.5 plus 3.5, which is in between 3 and 4. All right. So what are the values? What are the integers in between minus 3.5 and 3.5? These are the integers between minus 3.5 and 3.5. Minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. That's it. So yes, we got the elements and we kept them in a curl bracket, comma separated elements. So that's it. This is in tabular form. All right. Clear? So yes, as I said in question number 4, when we try to understand set builder form, we pick the last element, which means right hand side material, and then going through left hand, right? So yes, it's clear now when we have a statement and we understand how to compose a tabular form set and set builder form. And in the same way, when we have a tabular form, we understand how to compose the particular tabular form in set builder form. And now we have in the question number 5, set builder form to tabular form. So we understand how to convert these forms also. So that's good. So now it's time to do a small exercise. In this exercise, I'll be keeping here 3 questions. Okay. So just pause the video and try to solve all these questions and then come back and verify your answers. All right. Yes. The first question, set of squares of integers in tabular form and set builder form. All right. So first, what is this form? Is this, can we call this a statement form? Yes, it is a statement form. Now here we need squares of integers. So let's just focus on these integers first. Okay, what are the integers? Positive integers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, and 0. And the negative integers, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, and so on. All right, so these are the integers. Now we have to find squares of integers. So what we're going to get? Squares of this. Square of 0 is 0, and then square of 1, 1, and then square of 2, 4, 3, 9, 4, 16, 5, 25, and let's keep going. On negative side, square of minus 1 is 1, minus 2, 4, minus 3, 9, minus 4, 16, and so on. So yes, so we got the elements. So can we simply keep curl brackets here to form this set? No, we cannot do. The reason because here we have 16 appearing twice, and sets will not take duplicates as per the definition, right? It must be like distinct elements, and 9 is appearing twice, 4 twice, 1 also twice, except 0, all the elements like 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, everything twice in the set. So we don't want that. So what we do here is we eliminate the duplicates and we'll write the set. All right. So the set is 0, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, and so on. So it's an infinite set. Okay. So this is the tabular form. So just update this information here. Tabular form is 0, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, and so on, comma separated, and keeping this in a curl bracket. That's it. Now we'll just try to understand set builder form. So what do we do in set builder form? We'll come up with a mathematical expression, right? So these are squares. So can I simply say that it is n squared, right? And what is n? They've already given that n belongs to integers, right? So you can say that n square and n belongs to integers. And this n square values, we're going to take it as x and we'll display the values of x. That's it. Clear? For example, if you use whole numbers instead of integers, will there be a difference here? Still, you'll get the same answers, right? So what are whole numbers? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. If you take the squares of that, yes, you're going to get the same set here. So we can do that. We have the freedom. See, Till the time we will be addressing each and every element from the tabular form, it's okay taking whatever the major set here. You can even take whole numbers or integers, anything is fine. So x says that x is equal to n square and n belongs to whole numbers. All right. Ultimately, the output is this only. Clear? So we can write this set builder form in this format. That's clear. Now the second question. Write the set and tabular form is given in the set builder form. All right. Now we have to understand the pattern here. So what is the pattern here? So if you see the numerators, these are simply the natural numbers. So I'm gonna take the numerator as n, all right? And this n is belongs to natural numbers. That is the observation so far. Now we have to understand the denominator and numerator pattern. Is there anything? If you see the first fraction denominator, it's 1 greater than the numerator. But the same is not working for all other fractions. All right. So how are we going to do this? Is there any pattern here? What if the squares of the numerator? Square of 1 is 1, but here we have 2. Square of 2 is 4, but here we have 5. Square of 3 is 9, but here we have 10. Square of 4 is 16, but here we have 17. Yeah, in this process, we can understand the denominator is 1 greater than the square. Agree? So the numerator is 1. The numerator is 1. And the denominator is square of the numerator plus 1. The numerator is 2. Denominator is square of the numerator plus 1. Numerator is 3. Denominator is square of the numerator plus 1. Yes, this is how it's going. So we got the pattern. So the numerator is n and the denominator is square of the numerator plus 1. Right? And this set is finite set. It is not infinite set. It is finite set. So we have to keep restrictions for this n. So, but one thing that we have understand here, n belongs to natural numbers. And the maximum value of n is 7. So n can be 7 less than or equal to 7, right? This is the maximum value. And what is the minimum value? 1. And it can be equal to 1. So 1 less than or equal to, right? 1 less than or equal to n less than or equal to 7. This is the set builder form here. All right. And we keep all these values, we equate all these values to x and we'll display the value of x. Is that clear? So x such that x is equal to n by n squared plus 1. And this n value is maximum 7 or equal to 7, minimum 1 equal to 1. And this n belongs to natural numbers. That's it. All good. Now the third question. Write the set, and they've given a set builder form, and now we have to convert that into tabular form. Good. So how are we going to do this? So before doing this, just try to understand what is this expression. It is an absolute value. Generally, what is an absolute value? Whatever the value you substitute, that gives the answer as positive. All right. So if you substitute -5, the answer is 5. If you substitute -6, the answer is 6. If you substitute positive values, remain positive. That's okay. But if you substitute negative in the place of x and applying modulus here, it will release positive values. All right. So yeah. Now, how are we going to form the tabular form here? So the last material here we have saying that x belongs to integers. So what are integers? We already know that these are integers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. And the negative side, -1, -2, -3, -4, and so on. So these are the integers. Now, if you apply modulus to each and every value, it's supposed to be less than or equal to 2. All right. So let's write these values here again. -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So these are the integers. If I apply mod to 0, what I'm going to get? 0. If I apply mod to 1, 1. If I apply mod to 2, it's 2. If I apply mod to 3, it's 3. If I apply mod to 4, it is 4. But we don't want the values which are greater than 2. So we want which are less than or equal to 2. So we don't consider them anyways. So we do consider 0, 1, 2. So what happens when you apply modulus to negative side? This is important here. So modulus of -1 is what? 1. Modulus of -2 is 2. Modulus of -3 is 3. Modulus of -4 is 4. If you see here, we're going to get greater than 2 in this case also. So we don't consider them. So we do consider this 1, 2 again. So what are all the values here we got? 2, 1, 0, 1, 2. So these are the outputs. But do we write 2, 1, 0, 1, 2 here? No, we don't write that. So what do? We just write 0, 1, 2 because sets will not take duplicates. Agree? So 0 is taken here. 1, there are 2 ones present here, but we do take only 1 because sets will not allow duplicates, and then only 1, 2. Right? So these are the elements in this set. It's a tabular form. All right, that's clear. So this is how we handle these questions. Now, if you ask me again, what is the importance, or is why do we need to write a tabular form in set builder form? If you see, if there is a set with infinitely many elements and not understanding the pattern, then it's a little hard to figure it out. When we have a mathematical expression, it's easy to represent infinitely many terms with a short expression, and that generates whatever the value we want for whatever the input. Agree? So yes, that's all for this session. We understand what is the description of a set. Like if they give a basic statement form, we know how to represent that as a tabular form, and we know how to represent that as a set builder form. And at the same time, when we have set tabular form, we know how to convert that into set builder form, vice versa. And when we have set builder form, yes, we know how to form that in a tabular form. So that's all for this session. In the next session, we'll just try to understand different types of sets. All right. So that's all. See you again. Bye.